Hi there. This is my review of the third Star Wars film in the prequel trilogy, which is Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Now, it's called Revenge of the Sith because it links to the sixth Star Wars film, Return of the Jedi. The theory being that Sith can take revenge, Jedi can't. Because as we all know, Return of the Jedi was provisionally called Revenge of the Sith, so that might just been to throw off people trying to sell pirate software and pirate t-shirts. Basically, this film is all about the formation, or the completed formation of the Empire, the destruction of the Jedi, and the fall of Anakin Skywalker to become Darth Vader. Actually, he becomes Darth Vader much sooner than you think he will, but he doesn't get the suit till right at the end, so you can't have it all, unfortunately. Although we do get James Earl Jones back to do the voice, which is great. So, on to the good things about this film. Well, we'll start with the very basics, the graphics. They look fantastic. Easily the best graphics of any Star Wars film. Almost the best graphics of any film I've ever seen. Although I think Chronicles of Riddick might beat it. Even so, Revenge of the Sith has awesome graphics. I would say the ships look like models, which kind of reads the question, why not just do it with models anyway? I don't know. I personally would have preferred to see the ships being done as models, but I suppose graphics is a bit easier to manipulate, and you can probably a bit cheaper nowadays as well. But it looks good. I think the key point here is when he does the graphics, they look gritty. They look like the used future again, and you have paint designs. I mean, the Federation ships have painting on them now, symbols. They didn't in the first film, so that makes them that much more believable. And overall, things have seemed a bit more dirty. There is more war. Good fight sequences in it. Obviously, Obi-Wan versus Anakin is a great fight. There is a lot of anger in there and a lot of good stunt. Just a good fight overall. Tyrannus is killed a bit early on, but we kind of expected that. Get Yoda versus the Emperor, which is a good fight again. Perhaps a little bit melodramatic, but I suppose that was the whole point of it. One of the best ones is Mace Windu against Palpatine. The first time we ever see that, and that's great. I mean, in like 4 strokes, Palpatine kills 4 Jedi. That just shows you the power of a Sith Lord. And so, I'm a bit certain, did Mace Windu beat Palpatine but Anakin saved him? Or did Palpatine know that Anakin was going to save him, so he kind of faked it? I guess we'll never know, but either way, it looks really, really good how it's done. I have to say, Ian McDiarmid was fantastic as Palpatine in this. Absolutely brilliant. The way he seduces Anakin to the dark side is amazing. You watch it, he falls not from what you think he would fall. It's out of all the best intentions, and he falls to the dark side. It's really well done. Not right, it's probably one of the best scripted Star Wars of them all, if not the best scripted one of them all. There's not really any dodgy dialogue at all that I can remember, and it just looks great. Weak points. I have to admit, I'm struggling. Off the top of my head, I can't think of a single weak point in the entire film. I suppose not weak points. What I would have perhaps liked to see is a slightly longer film, a bit more of Darth Vader, but we were never going to get that, so you can't classify it as a weak point really. Otherwise, it was just brilliant. A perfect way to round off the films. Didn't quite make as much money as Phantom Menace, but I suppose that is to be predicted. But it's still a brilliant film. If you don't have it already, you've got to buy this one. Out of any Star Wars films, you've got to buy this one. We finally get to find out how Obi-Wan learnt to become a ghost. Well, kind of find out. We got to find out how come C-3PO doesn't know who Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker is. We finally get to see the true formation of the Empire, and if you look on the DVD, the origins of the rebellion. And it's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. All it needs now is perhaps Star Wars Episode 0, the part in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Although I suppose the computer game Empire at War kind of covers that. So yeah, a fantastic film, and I cannot think of any faults. I don't actually rate it as number 1 in the entire Star Wars universe, but it's number 2 easy. It is kind of vying for number 1, but it's not quite there. So there you go. In a way, it's kind of a shame now that the others aren't up to this standard in terms of graphics. I mean, I know George Lucas loves to go back to his DVDs and alter them, and if he was to alter them all again, that's the one thing I would say, is to bring all the special effects up to Revenge of the Sith's capability. Other than that, it's a fantastic film, and I love it. End.